Today I'm at the International Builder Show in Las Vegas, and behind me is the Boxabl exhibit. So what I'm here to check out today is their brand new baby box, which has been reaction to some of the regulatory issues that have been holding them up from selling their product to customers. What they've got here is 120 square feet. It's a studio model and it's built to RV specs. And what that means is most people can buy one of these things. They're $20,000. They can put it directly in their backyard and they can have a place for people to stay almost instantly. They've got one that's folded up right now. They've got one that's unfolded, and hopefully if one of the founders is around today, I'll get a chance to talk to one of them as well. Let's take a walk around and have a look at the baby box. All right, I'm gonna start at the back because this is a chance to get a look at the hitch that is removable. You can see they've got it leaning up against the baby box right there. And if I back up a bit, turns out it's not just a clever name. Folded up, it looks remarkably similar to the Casita. They've got the logo on the side, and coming around the end, we can get a look at the holding tanks. This is one of the questions I had when I originally saw the baby box, because I thought it didn't look like there was enough room underneath the home for the holding tanks, and turns out there wasn't, because that's not where they're located. So if they've got these color coordinated, and I'm guessing that they do, this is the freshwater tank. They've got the black water there. They've got the gray on the bottom. So the gray is anything that's coming out of the shower. The black's coming from the toilet. You don't want to get those mixed up, folks. Coming around, oh, let's have a look at the wheels. So this is the trailer that it comes on, and I believe it stays right with the home. So if you ever need to move the baby box a second time, you've already got the wheels on it. You just hook the trailer back up, or sorry, hook the hitch back on, fold her up, and you can move it to another location. So coming around the front, pretty busy here at the show, but I'm gonna do my best to show you as much as I can. Again, the baby box looks very similar to the original Casita. They've got a window, a door on the front, they've got an overhang, and they also have a light. So I'll cruise around the side, take a look at every angle on this thing. I'm curious to see how this thing actually unfolds. Maybe I can see if I can get some B-roll from Boxabl on that and show you how that works. But from what I understand, you don't need a crane. You can do it with any of the tools that you've got around the house, assuming you have more tools than I do, because I basically just got a hammer and I don't know how that would help me to unfold a baby box. All right, so there's the back of it. Really what we've got here is 3 walls that are blank, and then you've got the window and the door with the light on the front, and then of course the overhang, which does give it a little bit of character as well. It's looking like there's too many people to get in there right now. It's only 120 square feet, not a lot of dance floor, so I'm gonna come back later in the day and we'll have a look at the inside. All right, here's the first look inside the baby box. So when you enter, the first space you arrive into is the living room, and this actually doubles as the bedroom. So this folds down. Let me just see here. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but as you can see, that throws down on both sides. That becomes the bed. So if I pan around, we'll go past the bathroom and have a look at the dining room. So if I sit down, you've got the dining room, and then the TV mounted on the wall for the entire living space, which is almost exactly half of the home, if I've got that right. On this side, beside the TV, we've got built-in storage where they've got some knickknacks, but you know, a good place for pictures or other stuff like that. So the frosted door on the bathroom, which does help, I would say, to make it feel a little more spacious when you're in there, because you do get a little bit of the natural light from the window that's on the side. And if I go inside, we've got the RV toilet down there. Coming around, you've got the shower in the corner, and then the vanity over here. So a little bit of storage under the sink as usual. We've got the sink with a little bit of counter space on either side, and the mirror up above. So natural light coming in through the skylight, and they do have one pot light there as well. Hey, coming around this way, another quick look at the living room, and then I'll head down into the kitchen. So We've got 3 drawers beside the sink, soft close, counter space here, sink, NutriChef, not an air fryer. Can't remember what these things are called, but it does have 2 hot plates on the top, so that's kind of a nifty little unit there. You've got 3.5 cabinets above, so 2 on this side and then 1 over here. Got the mini split above the mirror. This is what threw me off when I originally saw it, because I was like looking at it like this thinking, okay, what's that space over there? But turns out it's just a mirror. So frosted glass over the cabinet. This is where I would hang clothes. You've got 2 levels for your clothing there. Another shelf up top. If I go over this way, this would be where I would put food. They've got shoes and hats in there, but you know, this is a shelf that I would put all the stuff that I plan to eat at some point in my life. We'll have one last quick tour around. So you go kitchen, living room, bedroom / living room, and bathroom. And I will bring up the floor plan so people can get a good look at it, but that's pretty much it. That's the baby box, folks. Now, as for the baby, how's the interest been so far?
It's been great. I mean, the idea there was create like the minimum viable housing solution.
Yep.
So, you know, when we calculated how much it's going to cost to produce, so we're projecting that we'll be able to retail it for $20,000. I mean, I think that's just crazy. And when you finance it, like a couple $100 a month for a place to live, like there's nothing else like that, except for like an old RV maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of interest, a lot of names flowing in on the website for people that want it, and trying to run like full speed to get that into production. You know,
Cool.
We built a few of them, which we're debuting at the Builder Show, and then hopefully, you know, turn on production and crank them out and
Sweet.
get some big orders here and there, and
Yeah.
ship them to individuals for them to do whatever crazy stuff they want to do with them.
It's up to them.
It's like, and I said it in the video we're about to publish, I feel like the baby is like what people thought the Casita was.
Right.
Because they thought it was like so attainable, and
Yeah.
they could just buy it and do whatever they want, and no one's going to stop them, and it was
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah.
But it didn't turn out that way, because it's residential building code, and you have to get approvals and go through zoning and all this stuff. Whereas with the baby, you know, you buy it, we ship it, you literally can unfold it with no heavy equipment, like by hand, clips together. You put in the water with a hose.
Yeah.
You plug in an extension cord,
Yeah.
like no wiring of electrical, like every single, you know, friction point with Casita, we were able to eliminate from that.
Nice.
So I'm just really excited that we'll be able to kind of open the floodgates and sell something that people want to buy, and, you know, have the handcuffs taken off.
And get it out to them. There you have it, folks, an inside look at the baby box from Boxabl. Again, 120 square feet, RV specs, doesn't require a permit, and starting at $20,000. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.